So continuing the same topic, I try to again quotate some comments. According to the Erika Borgo Higoan and anthropologist at the Ohio State University, 90% of human societies practice some kind of a institutionalized ritual to achieve altered state of the consciousness. For example, there is the solitary vision quest of Suanas warriors, the hallucination powered flights of South America, Saman, the dream oracles of the Sinoi, people of Malaysia, the tribal dances of the Samo people of the New Guinea, and the whirling dances of the Sofi dervish, to name but a few of the better known societies. In the West, we use alcohol and drugs, revival meetings, rock concerts like party, and disclothing, which their mind and logic numbering, trance-inducing, mega decibel music, and tribal dance are we also far from the primitive societies. Bourguignon wonders the fact that they are nearly universal must mean that such states are very important to human beings. The need for attaining a higher state of the consciousness seems to be as basic as the need for eating or the sleeping. You see, it's very important. Even you reach the higher state of the consciousness, what happening? They say that the need for the attaining higher state of the consciousness seems to be as basis as the need for the eating or the sleeping. So what I mean, to survive like you eat and sleep is very important. Similarly, if you want to live peacefully and happily, still you need to experience the state of the higher consciousness. Somehow we have forgotten at our consciousness, normal level of the consciousness, that we have immense potential and that we can achieve bliss, knowledge, and inner experiences, which are more satisfying than the monotonous, humdrum existence we lead at present. Somewhere in our subconscious mind, at another level of the consciousness, we know that something is missing and this knowledge nags at us. We want to get away from it all, to have a holiday from the root of a holiday. From this, there arises an instinctive and irresponsible urge and drive to fulfill ourselves and to attain higher and better state of the experiences. Though we may often fail to achieve them or real inner satisfaction. The alcohol ritual is one of example of a self-defeating and destructive act to achieve true joy and inner bliss. See, I just give you an example. This alcohol rituals is one of example of a self-defeating and destructive attempt to achieve true joy and inner bliss. Most of the time, many kind of festivals in our life. So my grandmaster tried to explain, when you drink alcohol and you what you like to experience, you like to experience joyful or the bliss, but in the more destructive way, not in the positive way, not in a good way to experience the higher consciousness or higher the bliss or the higher love. It appears that our methods are incorrect for attaining inner fulfillment, satisfaction, and security. We have lost the key and go no longer gain access to higher and transcendental. We have been thrown out of the garden of the Eden, but it is for this reason that so many people have turned to yoga, meditation, and to transcendental sciences for means and technique to enlarge their repertoire of experience to attain insight into themselves and reality. So what I mean here, so my grandmaster, some Satyan, he tried to give example, any kind of tribals or shamanism or dance, many things. But everybody want to achieve the higher bliss, the higher joyful life, but still they are far from this. That's what my grandmaster tried to experience. Sometimes people go to shamanism in South America for hallucination, take something. Also, I have been tried last year one time when I went to South America. But it is a temporary. You can't really experience the higher consciousness of that. I don't need, they give me very little. Many people get big drugs to experience something. And it was nice when they gave me, I was fully conscious. Many people, they're unconscious totally. I was fully conscious. And I was sitting and I can see many other things. Many other things. It's a very interesting experience for me. Then I say, let me try. They don't give me high dose. They give me very little. And I remember everything and everybody, that hall is out of order. Except me, even the teacher who carried this ceremony. So I saw that I was very conscious. But same time, one state of high experience. When I used to close the eyes, it is happening in the night ceremony. But that time I work out one thing, that medicine does help certain extent. When I close eyes, I had a feeling of fear and afraid also. But I was fully aware what that fear and afraid. I was fully conscious. Same time I was opening eyes, I was sitting, feeling that the whole world is like moving ups and down, everything like ups and down. But when you close eyes, not possible. It is expansions, many things. So what I mean, this medicine extent is help you to go to some extent of your consciousness. But if you are real yogi, you can have real experience. You can have a real experience. So that is not. Similarly, so the tantric science, when you go to higher consciousness, you may use alcohol, but in ancient they don't use alcohol. They use called amrita, the somarasa, the nectar to drink. It's a special kind of a juice they provide from the root, and they drink in the tantric practice, especially in the Bama Marga. So, or the Kaula Marga. So then, and what I mean here, so a human being try to achieve many things by the material, as a medium material, or through the material achievements. But it's not possible. So therefore my grandmaster say, we have been thrown out of the garden of the Eden. But it is for this reason that so many people have turned to yoga. So end of the day, around the whole world, people practice yoga, tantra, Vedanta, and different meditation as per the instructions of yogic science, or tantric science, Vedantic science. Just I gave little examples, Kundalini and universal phenomenon. How is this can be universal? Reports have come from all over the world indicating that there is a psychophysiological phenomenon existing outside the barriers of social, cultural, religious, geographical, and temporal boundaries, and which resembles the phenomenon called Kundalini by the yogic and sages of India. In the northwest Botswana, Africa, the king people of the Kalahari Desert dance for many hours to heat up the so that the Kia state can be obtained. This state of the transcendent resembles that in many yogis test on Kundalini, which states of the consciousness beyond the ordinary and participation in eternity and described. One tribeman reports, you dance, dance, dance. Then the lifts you in your belly and lifts you in your back, and then you start to shiver. It is hot. Your eyes are open, but you do not look around. You hold your eyes still and look straight ahead. But when you get into Kia, you are looking around because you see everything. This Copper writes about the king, Kung. It is one of the darker corners of the dark continent. The king people of the Kalahari keep the torch with the gods. 2 or 3 nights a week, the men dance around a fire, graceful as a leopard to this sonorous drone of the women's chants. Soon the mood turns solemn and the night air swells with the unseen presence. Sweat rolls down the dancers' bodies like a sweet rain, and the enum, the healing power, starts to boil. The moment of transcendent is painful, where the inner fire shoots from their bellies up their spines. The dancers shiver and tremble, fall to the ground, and go rigid as stone. Some of them dance into the fire and out again, perfect as gods, their feet unburned. They can see into the essence of things now, even into the insides of other people, where malignant ghosts feed on diseased livers or prevent the conception of sons. Laying their healing hands on the sick, they beat the enum to drive out the force of darkness. So what I mean, they try to explain, my grandmaster tried to explain how the Kundalini science, how the science of chakra is exist in different civilizations, even cross cultures, not about yogi cultures only, but in different traditions, different tribes, different parts of the world. Same time, they say that in the Chinese Taoist tradition, it is said that when prana or the chi is vital principle has accumulated in the lower belly, it is burst out and begins to flow in the main psychic channels, causing involuntary movements and sensations such as pain, itching, coldness, warmth, weightlessness, heaviness, roughness, smoothness, internal lights and sound, and the feeling of inner movement. It may cause the physical body to brighten and even illuminate a dark room. But in C. Su reported that he felt heat travel from base of the spine to the top of the head, then down over his face and throat and to his stomach. So these kind of reporters tally exactly with the experiences of yogis who describe Kundalini as traveling up the spine with the heat and light, or with the surging energy of a snake preparing to strike. A classical description of Kundalini from the yogic tradition comes from Swami Narayanananda. There is a burning of the back and over the whole body. Kundalini entrance into Sushumna occurs with the pain in the back. One feels a creeping sensation from the toes, and sometimes it shakes the whole body. The rising is felt like that an ant creeping up slowly over the body towards the head. It ascends, it felt like the wiggling of a snake or a bird hopping from place to place. This also sounds very much like a description of the so-called primitive people of the Kung tribe in the Kalahari Desert in Africa. So what I mean, my grandmaster Swami Satyananda, he tried to explaining and giving examples how people have been experiencing Kundalini, how people experience the Ida and Pingala unite, how the Shiva and Shakti is unite, and how this pranic energy flowing upwards or Kundalini energy rising through the spine to the upwards to the and merge in the Sahasra. And so you must understand, so not only the yogi traditions, people experience the Kundalini, but it has the evidence in different civilizations. So this is the kind of research work, one of my grandmaster. So I'm not going to so much going to speak many examples, but through these examples, so now we can understand that. So this is the message to the people who practice the Kundalini science. This message, the people seeker of yoga, the people who practice Tantra, the people who practice Vedanta, the people who practice spiritual science. So there is the evidence of chakra. Either you believe or not, either you practice or not, but one day, when you're going to enlightenment, you must awaken in Kundalini. Either is conscious or the unconscious, because that is the medium. So Kundalini is a mirror to see your own face, reflect your own picture of the face. So Kundalini science is the instrument, is the medium through that consciousness, through that Kundalini energy, through that mother power, you can say power of Mother Kali, power of Mother Durga, power of Mother Sakti, power of Parasakti, Paradevi, whatever you can give the names. End of the day, this Kundalini energy, you need to awaken. But it can happen natural if you have good karma in the past life. Good karma or the good sanskaras. So that can be happen. So therefore, continue your practice. Continue practice yoga, tantra, Vedanta, or whatever available to in spiritual science. And one day, I'm very sure, one day, this life, next life, you will awaken in Kundalini, either conscious or unconscious. One day, you are going to experience the totality of the consciousness of God, the consciousness of divine, the consciousness of manifestations unknown. So the path of science of the Kundalini is a science of transcendental consciousness, is the science of unknown. Even the science of God is unknown today to everyone. So science of mystic, science of unknown, science of a supreme consciousness is remain unknown, and unknown it was in the past, it is today, and it will be tomorrow. But if you seek, if you make efforts, then it's possible one day you can achieve the goal of life. The meaning of life is you are the consciousness of eternal, you are the consciousness of immortal, and one day you achieve the final enlightenment and be free from all kind of sufferings, miseries. Be liberated, be liberated, be liberated. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Nisprapancha Niralambaya Tejase. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om. Om Gom Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Om. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy, be peaceful, be liberated. May all beings coming out of all sufferings, all miseries, be prosperous, be healthy, and be liberated. May all beings coming out of all kind of sorrows, may all beings be gently, may all beings be compassion towards others, may all beings be kind towards others, and be liberated, be liberated, be liberated. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. God bless you.